Okay, Saturday, 8th of November 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Think exit before entrance, meaning have an exit strategy. Now, one interesting thing in life I've realized is that in business that we need to have either a way to reverse something, a reversibility option with something undo, control Z, or a trajectory as to where you want to go with this decision and action, or, and we're including, an exit strategy, meaning how are you going to fade it out? How are you going to move away from one thing into another? What's the plan? Even to the point of maintaining a nice balance. Because one thing that I've really succumbed to over the past few months with regards to business is that there's no balance, but insofar as I wasn't thinking about exit strategy with regards to how to get rid of this, how to phase it out, nor was there reversibility built in, exactly, kind of. But trajectory, strong trajectory, but no exit strategy. Meaning, a victim of your own success when you think about it. Anyone can enter a business and decide to invest in something and plan to go into something, which is good, great. Ideas, convictions, plans, whatever else, financing, priorities, etc. Structure, nice. But on the other end, on the tail end, is the exit strategy, how to leave. Or what's the plan for, say, rising up the ranks or up the trajectory? Someone I know years ago almost got stuck in an interesting job, and I realised right from the get go that there's no trajectory, there's no way to progress with that particular thing. And I kept saying this to him, and of course, years later, that's something I realised that can be applied much more exponentially more elsewhere in life. Before we start something, we need a plan, either reversibility, trajectory, rising up the ranks, income, or how to leave. That's extremely important, and that balance in life is extremely important as well. So we need to be strategizing how we can undo something and leave before we even commit to it. Any meaningful time, money, energy, etc. And that is ultimately down to strategizing, studying this thing from many different angles, many different ways, and planning and strategizing. It's Monte Carlo, really. It's all these different scenarios. If this, then that. If this, then that. If this, then that. We need an exit strategy in everything. How to leave this business before it becomes all consuming. And we need to strategize 20 steps ahead, thinking and not so as to reduce mistakes ultimately. Very important, because you could say that there's a certain something I'm trapped in, we could say very loosely, because when I committed myself to it a couple of years ago, I wasn't thinking about this. I was thinking trajectory, which is good, but I wasn't thinking and strategizing how to leave it in terms of exit strategy in the future, meaning today. So it's a failing. And then at a deeper level, it's a failing of my own self. So only person to be angry at is the one guy in the mirror. But also at a deeper level, it's victim of my own success. Because then you could say, if there's no exit strategy, you risk becoming a victim of your own success. So what do? You just get trapped in this potentially vicious it's this vicious cycle of you're committed to clients, you're committed to this, you can't do anything else, you can't. How can you find time to do this, find time to do this, how can you achieve that? Well, it's opportunity cost, you're stuck doing this. Okay, there's the trajectory, good, but in the future, how do you leave it? I don't know. There are ways, of course, but that's the kind of conversations we need to be having before even doing anything. Analysing and studying and planning and strategizing multiple dozens of steps ahead so as to reduce the chances of mistakes happening along the way as you're progressing and making progress in that thing you want to strive for. That, fundamentally, we could also say strategizing. What to do. If we do this, how is that going to affect me 5 years from now? If we do this, how am I going to benefit from this 5, 10, 20 years from now? If we don't do this, how is that going to be detrimental to me 20 years from now? Things like that. Powerful stuff. We need an exit strategy or a trajectory, progress, ranks, hierarchy, nice, or reversibility. And of course, the more inbuilt and ingrained and automatic these things are in it, the better, because then it's just a flick of a switch, meaning the less energy required, the better to just change gear, undo it, leave, things like that. It doesn't require momentous energy and time and logistics and paperwork and phone calls and hoping and meeting and things like that. Very important. Think exit strategy, or trajectory, or reversibility. Very important. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.